Monday.
Happy Monday.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great, except
Awesome.
I totally did not think about it, which is actually adorable, but we're matching.
We are matchy. We're matchy. Like really, really good matchy.
I know. It's nice.
Yeah, not even like just off color. Like, I mean, chameleon matching, blendy. Yeah, very good.
I like it. Periwinkle's like one of my colors.
Is this periwinkle? Is that the color?
You're more a little blue. I'm definitely periwinkle, but it's in the shade family.
I'm looking on the camera and
we
looks
look identical.
Identical colors.
I know.
Really, really nice. Well
Twinsies.
done. So good.
Yeah.
All right. How was your weekend?
It was great.
Yeah. What'd you do?
Pickleball.
I don't know why I ask anymore. I have no idea why I ask.
I now pack a cooler.
Okay.
And make sure that I'm well hydrated and I have snacks and my protein and all that other stuff.
Is that a commonly accepted thing for people to bring their own lunch pail and make a whole day of it?
Well, because they don't do at Ace in Frisco. They do not do. They have like little snacks and stuff like that you can buy. Mm-hmm. And I do. That's part of me contributing back when I run out of something. Of course, I will go and pay the higher price because I pay like probably $1 an hour to play pickleball as much as I play. But no, it's if I'm going to be there and I work from, there's a lot of people that actually do that and just hang out.
Office space and things like
there's
that?
There's like a small little event space that you could go in and people sometimes like work on their computers, but really they have these high tops all around, which was different than Pickleball Kingdom because you had that seating area, but it was very clicky. And so it was, but these, you have like, the IKEA looking high tops all over the facility. And so people will like bust out a laptop in between games and do different things. And it's like, I don't know, it's just kind of neat. You end up sitting there and having conversations. I probably networked with, and because it wasn't super packed yesterday on a Sunday mornings are good. And then it kind of like slowly dies down. But I just got to have so many meaningful conversations and like that kind of fills my cup. And you get to exercise, and you get to talk to so many different people I wouldn't naturally talk to. So
you're really using pickleball as a networking opportunity for you.
Yeah, and it's one that I find joy in. So to me, it doesn't feel like work, and I think that's what we always tell people, right? Find an avenue that's either evergreen, working on your behalf, which is what BeLocal does, right? Or if you're going to have to actively, network with people in a physical standpoint, find an environment that you enjoy doing.
Yeah, you might find some people you like.
Yes.
And work with people you like. Imagine that.
I've started like some of what I would consider some of my best friends I've met through pickleball. And it's just absolutely so amazing.
Cool.
So,
all right. Well, I hear there's some deals happening at your pickleball place.
Yeah.
So we'll consider that. Me and Kat have a pickleball court in our little...
In your neighborhood.
In our neighborhood. And there's an active, like, couple nights a week. It is packed with pickleball players. So we probably need to go get our game to a level that's respectable, and then we'll come.
Go to your neighborhood courts, and you guys are always great. You're already great community ambassadors, and doing that kind of stuff. So go and play, and then when you get a little bit better, you can come play with me.
Okay, I know. I'm not allowed.
You're allowed.
Well, so I like playing singles, to be honest, and you don't want to do singles. Like I feel like I get a big workout when I'm doing singles, and I like the kind of chess match that singles becomes as far as like placement of the ball versus
it very much is.
Yeah. And
I can't play 6 hours of singles though.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's true. That would wear you out. But I
like it.
Yeah. We'll do it. We'll do some more pickleball.
Okay.
You can give me some coaching tips and maybe I
like it.
I'm not back. I can play some tennis, so I'm not 100% terrible. What else? So pickleball all week. Anything going on in the real estate world of Plano that you want to announce before?
I mean, obviously, we're just still seeing the things in the newspaper, like Willow Bend demolition is full speed ahead.
I was both Willow Bend and then Community Impact put out their AT&T headquarter thing. If you haven't read that, it's a pretty cool.
It's impressive
article. So
just more stuff happening.
I was driving up to McKinney and I saw that what's it called, that they're building that huge amphitheater with the fire pits and everything where you can like buy a membership to. That thing went up really fast. Like I knew they were doing construction, but like now all of a sudden the beams are going up and I'm like, wow, that's gonna be something else. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a $300 million project.
I know, and it's going to bring a lot of really good acts to that area because I feel like if you don't go into Dallas, you got to go to like Choctaw, or I guess there's some places now that are in Plano that are big enough. But I'm not a big arena, like enclosed dome, like concert person. Like I don't like going to American Airlines Center and seeing something. I want to go to, I always want to say Smirnoff or Starplex. What is it called? Dos Equis Pavilion, right?
It will forever be Smirnoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
It will forever be Smirnoff, man.
Yeah. It'll smell like Smirnoff.
Warped Tour 2003.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I heard somebody say, tell me we're not back in 2006 and I'll call you a liar, because like all these things are popular from when, you know, we were at that age point. You know, you get new episodes of Scrubs, you get like
they're out of ideas. They're just bringing it all back.
And they're bringing it all back. You know what? I am here for the early 2000s.
I finally found, like, we finally hit that age where the cyclical nature of just like trends in fashion and things have come all the way around, and now we're seeing it again, like our parents did. Like you said, we're in our like nerd phase.
And it's like I like straightened my hair bone straight a couple of days ago, and I went at a board meeting. They're like, "What are you doing? I like your hair," and I'm like, "I'm just going back to like my 2000 vibe."
Now that you think, that Kat got her haircut last week, and she got herself a Rachel. I think she cut it like here with like the layer thing. She's got the Rachel, so it's
you know.
Call it to friends if you guys ever. It was a big thing back in the day.
No, of course, and we're getting older, and I think we're romanticizing the things that we really enjoyed, and so it gives us that nostalgia. And then the younger generation, like Alex, is obsessed with like 2000s fashion.
Yeah,
and it's coming back.
Okay,
but please don't bring the Jenkos back, even though they're already coming.
Seeing some Jenkos.
I know they've come back, and I just that one can be left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
We veered off just a little bit, but
it's okay.
That's what we
fine.
do.
That's fine. My
we gotta
wife,
laugh though.
Kat was so sweet. I had a long week last week.
Did you?
And a good long week. Like all my weeks are fun. It just gets busy, and it's like there's no time to do anything but the stuff that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so she calls me at like 2, and she's like, "Hey, can you get off by 5:30?" And I was like, yeah, I think I can get off at 5:30. And she booked us massages at this a couples massage at this really nice place. And now the name of it's escaping me. I can't even plug it.
Okay.
I'll have to come back to that.
Okay.
But it's just so sweet that she thinks of me. Like, this is a tough part, like in this grind that we're in right now.
Sure.
Like, and to have somebody like you got Reese, right?
Yeah.
It's like in your corner all the time. It's just really good to have a lot of that. So shout out to my wife for giving me a really good, much needed break from the grind.
You know what my husband does instead? Honey, do you wanna go to the gun range?
Do you go shoot?
Reese does.
We need to go do that, because I've got some guns that I want to that I haven't fired. I've got, my dad left me a Colt Python, a 357 Magnum that's beautiful.
Oh, cool.
He bought it when he was in college in the mid 70s.
Okay.
And it is a gorgeous gun, and I haven't shot it in 15 years.
Oh.
And it's one that like when I took it, so I took it into the gun store to get it.
Yeah.
To just like, hey, I want to make sure that this is in good shape, and they tried to buy it from me, and they're like, by the way, I wouldn't shoot this very often. Like, this is more of like a collector thing.
Okay.
With the quality it is, like how old it is, the quality is, and the type of gun it is. They're like, don't really shoot it. But I've got some other things I want to shoot. I got a Glock. A Glock 45. I want to shoot.
Have you gone to a range near here?
The Bullet Trap is the place we used to go, but there's plenty of new places that, I mean, it's been a long time. I went shooting over Christmas at a range near College Station, like an outdoor range.
You should check out Mission Ridge.
Okay.
And it might be also a great partner, because they are phenomenal. They do. That's where you can get your concealed done. The store itself is great. The guys that work there. Yeah, it's right near Central Market.
Okay.
So
I know exactly
and yeah,
off of Maple Shade, right next to the climbing gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly where that is.
So it's just such a wonderful facility.
Okay.
So that's one you need to check out for sure.
I will check out Mission Ridge.
Okay. Reese will take you there if you want to go and check it out.
Yeah, I've got. We'll have to do it when I get back from vacation, because I've got so little time between now and the time we leave for Peru.
And you're not going to Moni Chichi. It's Machu Picchu.
We're going to Machu Picchu.
I did figure that out this time.
Yeah, actually today I have my boots that I've been breaking in, my hiking boots. So like the past several days I've been looking really stupid. But I got to. I mean, like well, it's like
me trying to break in my pickleball shoes. I can't really.
Yeah. Well, Kat's been working on like all of this for 8 months now.
Yeah.
And I'm just now like, oh, we got like 10 days. Let's go.
But that's your personality.
I know. I wish it wasn't.
But that's what makes you special. Stop it.
I got an Apple Watch over the weekend too for the Machu Picchu trip, because it does like waypoints and things like that. And I forgot how much I missed. I haven't had an Apple Watch in like 3 years.
I lost mine in the back of a DC cab.
I wore mine out. When I bought it, my girlfriend at the time was convinced that I was going to lose it in like 5 days because she knows me and she's not wrong. Like that's I would probably bet on that too. And I kept it till like the battery like it wouldn't charge anymore.
I decided to keep it off because I was like, I don't know, just keeping something like that has constant
what about
wearable.
tracking your sleep because like I wore this for the first time last night because I used to take it off my.
So do I need a watch to tell me that I'm in perimenopause and my sleeping's jacked up?
I know. Probably just like at some point you're just like, okay.
And when you play pickleball for as long as I do, I'm like, I'm burning calories.
Yeah.
Or you know what I do is other people that have wearable fitness technology or something, I'm like, hey, how many calories did you just burn? Great. I'm going to say I burned that.
Well, Kat likes it because not because like, oh, is it accurate? Because it's not. Like a lot of things like the steps and things, but it helps her like establish a baseline and track metrics week over week.
No, I think that's great.
Because she's tracking like all of her macros. She knows every calorie she puts in her body and how it breaks down like protein to whatever. She does all of her steps, all of her activity.
See, and I was when it was like, you need to stand up. Don't tell me what to do. So I think it's the natural rebellious nature.
I'm going to watch snooze that.
Yeah, get out of here. So, but I think that's great.
She's in the mindset right now where like this isn't optional. Like she listens to a lot of the podcasts, right? Where it's like,
okay.
She's
in hustle and grind mode.
She's in hustle and grind mode, as am I. So,
what else are you hustling with?
Let's see. I got my new watch. I got my new shoes.
Any fun places?
One more thing I need to know before I have. So when I got my watch, I was actually going in to get a new phone.
Oh, you got a cute little pencil case over there.
Well, I got to figure. I have 4 phones.
Oh my goodness!
In various. Well, I have more than this. I've got a couple iPads. I've got more phones, but these are the ones that I could like turn on and knew that I cleared them. I don't know what to do with them. Apple won't take them. They'll take this one, but they won't take these 4. So do you know of anybody around here that will take it for like the parts or the gold or like there's like precious metals in here, the batteries, I don't know, but somebody's got to want to buy these. I don't want to throw them in the garbage. I feel like that's terribly irresponsible from like a recycling standpoint.
I agree.
So,
sounds like you need to find somebody since you can't even figure it out.
I can't figure out who the person is.
If you can't figure it is, when you find the person, put them in BeLocal.
I haven't put a bunch of effort into it, but it was like I feel like everybody's got like a couple devices that are sitting around in like the junk drawer. And
Reese is so good about that stuff because once it gets to a point where it's like, and we wear our phones out so badly. So he always gets them turned in and, I don't know.
Okay. Well, he does better than me. I was going to get a phone, but they didn't have like the version that I wanted. Did you know that an iPhone 17 Pro Max, like the 2 terabyte thing's $2,000?
Is it?
It's $2,000. Remember we used to say $1,000 for a phone? I remember
What is mine?
The Motorola Razr was like $299 when I was in college. It was the coolest phone I knew at the time.
It was.
And and like the idea of paying $300.
Oh, that's what this is.
And I know it's not a phone anymore, and it's an endpoint that like we are.
Well, that's what I was about to say. I use this more than I do my laptop.
Likewise. And like that's why I was looking at the Max, like the big thing. Usually I'm on AirPods. I don't hold my phone up like this. Yeah. Now it kind of feels they're getting so big it feels like you're holding like an iPod up.
It's like a brick. We've gone opposite. It's a brick now. Yeah. That's what this is.
Yeah.
So
is that a 17?
Yeah.
Pro Max?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to look at I just saw it briefly. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it does the trick.
This won't stay charged for like 6 hours, so I can't go to Peru and go hiking and like do video and photo.
Yeah.
And so like I'm using this as my content capture device, right? So I have to have it's got to be able to stay charged.
Yeah.
So this one's toast. It can't stay very much longer.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Last week was kind of my realization that like activity, you never know what's going to happen just by doing stuff. Like if you're out there all the time doing good things for people or just trying to figure out how you're going to make it.
There's somebody in the studio that would always say that, right? What? You just suit up and show up and then it eventually works.
Is that a Rickism? Huh?
It's a Rickism,
yeah. So that just manifested itself in a few ways, like over the week. And like I sing birthday songs. Like most people know that I sing happy birthday to people on video, and it's like my way to connect with somebody on like their day. And most of the time it's kind of benign. Hey, thank you and whatever. Yeah. But like last week I got a text message from my mom who I had sang happy birthday to a friend of hers that was like OA, and that person had reached out to my mom just talking about how much that meant. She was kind of in a tough place and she brought her to tears, and like it just everyone, like you just never know like what's what somebody else is like. That big circle's like, this is somebody's life, and like this is how much you know about it.
Yeah.
Right. So like if you can just show up with like some compassion, like with the idea that like you can give grace and it doesn't cost you anything, and the desire to help, like you just never know what's going to happen. So like that was just one example of like helping somebody I didn't know I was helping, like just help make them feel better. But even like I was sitting down with a roofer at Sweetwater Coffee off Custer. I love that place. It's really, really great. And Ash, who owns it, is really, really great, by the way. So if you ever go in, support that place. But he was just, we were talking about roofing, talking about life, and we got into the fact that he's been moonlighting as a bartender.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, okay, that's really cool. Do you want to grow that? Like, are you just doing this for fun? Do you got a guy or a gig? And he's like, yeah, I'm like, I'd love to have like a couple people. So I was like, oh, I know people. Like I just do. I've been around doing these, having all these discussions with folks at the different Chamber of Commerce and stuff. I just kind of happened to run into folks now. It feels good to say like, let me connect you. And I was able to connect him with some event planners, and like completely just, you just don't know. Like you just don't know. And going around, like I've got a school in a private school here in Plano that's a partner with BeLocal. But even before they were partners, I just, out of our conversations, they kind of knew that I am around and I knew some people. And so they called me last week and they're like, hey, I got to get these. I got doors that need to be up to fire code, like doors and windows. I don't know anything about this stuff. Can you help me? Like, you got to know a GC or something. And I do, but nobody that like really specializes in that. So it was a huge opportunity to I was like, okay, like, let me go find somebody for you. And so I called one of my BNI friends who was like, oh dude, I got the guy for you. Like this guy used to renovate country clubs. And so like, this is like the same, like country clubs, private school, like similar setup as far as like code and like occupancy and things like that. And I was like, okay. And so I called that guy, didn't know him, said, hey, you came really highly recommended from BNI. So I connected a current customer with a future customer, because now that I've given him business on the front end, like, hi, my name's Tanner, and here's a deal for you. By 100%. The way, let me tell you about what I'm doing. Yeah. Was just really good. So you just never know, like just go show up and do stuff. And, stop hitting the snooze button, get out of bed and get some shit done today.
Well, and I think the other part of that is I've seen, your energy shift from week to week. And there's sometimes where I'm like, he's just radiating like steam because you feel so full of pressure. You're like a tea kettle about to like just blow its lid. But I think you're getting into that phase where you're seeing your wins, right? And it hasn't been for naught. But you start to realize that pressure is a privilege. And so you're sitting there and you're like, gosh, this is a lot of pressure, but how privileged we are, to be in those situations where we also know, I saw a quote, and it was basically something to the extent of, I've never seen somebody worry so much that always figures it out. Like, right. Yeah. And so it's like, have you always figured it out? Like, you always, it might not have actually happened the way you wanted it to, but have you figured it out? Yeah. Right? I mean, you're going to be on the other side of it and you're going to go, I figured it out, man. I cracked the code, and I cracked the code for myself. And I think that's what's so important, what you just did, that power of connectivity, and you never know how it's going to come back full circle, whether it's just making somebody in your mom's life, feel special when she was having a little bit of a down moment, or being able to connect with a business owner. And you don't know if that guy was struggling, at that point to get new business and all of those other things. So, from that standpoint, I think it's awesome, to see the fruits of your labor.
Speaking of this, Chase Crenshaw with Bear Financial. Do you know
guy,
Chase? Okay, cool. So
Chase
just walked out. I was just telling the story about how I called you to get Chris's info about doing some work, and just how like you never know what kind of activity like connects you with people, and just get out there and keep doing stuff. Because
I've played pickleball with Chase.
Oh, have you? Chase, you're a pickleball player? Playing. Is he like in my? You haven't seen me really play.
No, but you Chase could play.
Okay.
I'm on the court.
Okay, well, we'll double up, and so we'll get our ass kicked, but that's fine, man.
But
like, we're all out there for a good time.
Actually, they've got a great, they do a great networking thing once a month at Chicken and Pickle. And so that's where I'll go and play with these guys and everything else. Nice. And so it's very active with the real estate community and different vendor partners. So you guys need to hook up when we're done.
Love me an invite. I'd love to just come check it out and say hi to people.
It's fun.
Yeah. So in my in those travels, I was kind of talking about activity, and I've realized that I think we just kind of crack the code around like I'm always trying to get my brain to give me the good chemicals, right? Give me like the dopamine, like whatever makes me feel good. Like and the problem is a lot of times like we don't have as many instances in our life to like release those chemicals. I'm like always trying to find ways. And then what I think I'm working on right now is trying to figure out how I can get excited for other people's successes the way I get excited for my own. Like if you can show up and celebrate somebody else the way that you celebrate yourself and get genuinely excited, that is your dopamine factory.
I love
like that. There are so many good things going on in the world with your friends and your family and things to celebrate and people doing. Like right now at the chamber, I do lots of ribbon cuttings and like openings and things like that. And showing up on their day and getting excited, like hell yeah, man! Like congratulations! Like this is a lot to get here, and like thank you for allowing me to be part of this. Boom, there's the chemicals. Like there's what I've been chasing. And so I figured that that's kind of transformed like the way I approach a lot of these things, because I know that like I'm going to get the dopamine hit that I want. And so I'm just activity to chase the dopamine hit, and then good things just start happening because the way I'm achieving that satisfaction, that personal satisfaction, is through other people's gain and celebrating their success and really being excited for them. So,
which makes you a genuine connector and not somebody who's just trying to give with expectation, right? I mean, yes, we naturally, the byproduct of being a good human and trying to better other people is that does come back to you. Yeah. You know, it's the reciprocal effect, but it's that natural way of doing it. And you're finally seeing it. You've been in the hustle and grind mode trying to get, you know, your publication out and to print. And I think it's awesome. But, you know, again, you're always going to figure it out. I've watched, we've been friends for how long now?
It's linear. You don't really have the ability to see how things would have gone different, but like, yeah, it's worked out well enough. Like, could we be better at most things that we do? Probably. Should we forgive ourselves for not? Sure. Of course. So, you know, at the end of the day, I couldn't be happier. I was filling out my BNI profile last, over the weekend. And I was like, what are your major accomplishments? And I was like, right now I built a life I'm super happy to work in, and that allows me to travel. And I've built relationships that I find valuable and fulfilling. And like out of anything else, like you want me to give me a list of awards, I can do that. But like that's not what I'm proud of. That's not my accomplishment. My accomplishment is like here, like this moment, like what I've been able to build. And that's not just me. I mean, happy accidents over and over. Yeah, probably.
But I've known you for 6 years.
Yeah,
and it's been 6 years, right?
It's got to be longer than 6 years.
Was it before COVID?
Had to be before COVID.
Okay, maybe it was. But 7.
Okay, 6
or 7 years. And the progression of your personal and professional journey has been exponential. And those are the things that you need to focus on. Is you are not even remotely, you are the same person internally in your core, because you've always been an amazing human that does celebrate people and wants, you want to be successful and you want others to be successful. And you continue to transform that in your personal life with having a flourishing relationship with Kat, your now wife. And
that helps.
You know, it does. Well,
it
because
really does.
We're not designed to go through life by ourselves. Right. And when you're down on the dumps, just like you said, you know, Kat recognized how hard you're working. She's like, I need you to get off by 5:30 and booked you guys a couples massage just to remind you that it's okay to slow down for a moment and take care of yourself, because when you do that, you then can do more. And when you're depleted, I do. I mean, the couple weeks ago when we did the show, and you just look like you wanted to be like put out in the street and run over with my car. And here you are, you're all excited again.
Yeah,
and it's just like a couple of weeks difference.
What I'm going to work on more, I think, being intentional with is trying to control the roller coaster that I put myself on, right? And trying to stay more even keel when things are like good and bad. But man, do I get excited about all this stuff, and is it hard to like bottle it all up either way, right? Like when things go good, when things go bad, like I'm so passionate about what we're into right now, and like and the value we can provide, you know, not just the community, but the small local businesses that are trying to grow.
Well, and I want to hear more about that when we do the show and stuff. And I know, you know, later on you're going to get those cool people to come in the studio and do that kind of stuff.
I'm starting to talk with a lot of my partners now about coming in here and doing some educational stuff on. I've got a guy that, you know, specializes in lightning protection, and we were talking about like, hey, not a lot of people know about like there's a roofer that does lightning protection. Tell me about what that is. What should we be looking for when I move into my house to make sure that my house is good and safe? I know the inspection report's fine. Yeah, I can take care of that punch list, that whatever's left. But like, how do I know that? Like, tell me what I need to think about. And
so who's one of the coolest people you've talked to in the last couple of weeks?
Oh man, it put me on the spot.
I know, but I always try to do because I want to know. You're out there meeting cool people, and the rest of us aren't necessarily getting that privilege.
Well, I'm excited. I want to go. I really want to do something with the fact that we're living in this kind of semi-pro entertainment mecca with like the Americans and the let's say the Americans, the Rough Riders, the Legends, and then like having MLS soccer, like all right there in this little thing. So meeting with the Texas Legends guy was really interesting.
Oh, cool.
Like, oh gosh, I just meet with a bunch of wild people. And I stories that I don't really want to particularly share.
But that's fine. But you just like you mentioned Sweetwater, you know.
Oh, Sweetwater, yeah. I mean, all the time. Like I try to, and I was saying I'm trying to fill my mornings with networking opportunities. So because that gets me going. If I can be done at like 8:30 a.m. and I've already told my story, learned something about a handful of new businesses, like I'm going. Like my I love that. Yeah. So
you need to do that though. Make sure you put a list because I ask you every week.
Who's my most? Okay, so I'll put that on the list of like who's the most. What was the most fun conversation that I had?
It doesn't even have to be a fun conversation. If it's a cool store, or a great new restaurant that you tried, or anything else like that. Because I never get out.
I couldn't even remember the Thai place we did our massage. I'll be more intentional about that. I'll bring that stuff back.
I love it.
We're still kicking the tires on all this.
Of course.
What else? Did you watch any basketball this weekend?
No, I watched the UConn beat Duke at the buzzer with the 3-pointer though.
Okay, so like that was
I watched
the
it on
big
TikTok.
piece. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
in the morning, like you recap.
Yeah, I just watched it. I was like, oh, that's cool, great. Yeah,
and it's over.
Okay, because you don't want
to pour your heart and soul into 2 hours of.
No, I'm over that.
Yeah.
So I get my news via TikTok. Trust but verify. But that's just, I mean, it really is the era in which we are, and we consume so much more information because it's in short form content. So yes, that is where my breaking news comes from.
All right.
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Oh yeah, well, shout out to a charity I met on Saturday. Before we leave, Kat and I were going for a walk down Bluebonnet Trail right here, right? And we saw this tent out, and we were like, "Oh my gosh, what's going on?" There's a party, and there's like a tent with some bicycles and stuff. I was like, "I wonder if they're having a race."
Yeah.
So we go up, we talk to the guy. Him and his wife Sharon own Lone Star Wheelers. Have you heard of Lone Star Wheelers? So they have these modified bikes that they bought from the Netherlands. It's like an e-bike.
Okay.
So you sit on the bike, and in front of you is essentially like a wheelchair. It's something you can strap somebody in.
Oh, cool.
And they give free rides to folks that can't ride independently.
Oh, I was like, how did I hear this story? You did a post about it.
I did a post about it, yeah.
See,
so like,
I look at your stuff, Tanner.
I know. Well, thank you. I'm glad I'm in your algorithm.
Yeah.
But I just think it's so cool when we have, and it was just such a cool idea because there's so many people, whether you're elderly or with disabilities, you have children with disabilities that want to be or used to have a lifestyle that was very active and outdoors and no longer can do that. They donated a bike recently to a family whose the husband was recently diagnosed with ALS. So like he's going through a transition where he used to be very active and now won't. And just being able to see locals like use something that they're passionate about and transform that into like something where you're actually making good in the community, and they're enjoying themselves and they're doing good, and like I just want to celebrate those things. So like shout out Lone Star Wheelers, which camera am I in? Shout out Lone Star Wheelers and Shannon and that whole team out there was just really a pleasure talking with you.
You're such a good dude,
but that's
man.
it. Cool, we done?
Okay, yeah, we're
Thank
done.
you.
All right, go play more. Go play more.
My arms are too.
Go play more pickleball.
I will go play some more pickleball.
Okay.
See you guys next Monday. That will be the last one for a while because I'll be in Peru.
You'll be in Peru.
I'll be in Peru. Come back with stories.
Sounds good.
Y'all take care.
All right, bye.